Tracy Ariel here from Notable Nonfiction, and I'm here with the fourth video in my Profile Your Ancestor series. If you've been watching this series, you know that in the first video I spoke about why you might want to take short narratives, create a profile out of your ancestor research. If you do family history research and genealogy, you know that sometimes you can get really caught up into a list of facts. And by putting those facts into a short narrative about your ancestor, you can really communicate well. You can actually ask yourself deeper questions, and you can actually remember the research that you actually put together, because everybody remembers stories better. It's way more fun. In the second video, I gave you an example of 3 different stories that I've written and explained to you the thinking behind them, so that hopefully you were encouraged to try the same process with one of your ancestors. And in the third video, I actually detailed how to do it by taking one story, taking you through the process of how I did one story in quite a bit of detail. And in that particular video, I showed you how I go through it one step at a time. First I talk about the story, then I work out which structure is the most suitable for the information that I have. Then I look at style and tightening all the sentences and making sure that every word counts. And then I consider the whole story from sound. How long are the paragraphs? Is each paragraph slightly different than the other, so that as you're reading through, you don't feel them monotonous? Are you thinking about the word count and making sure that when sentences are longer, you're encouraging people to slow down and you're including a lot of detail, but when you want them to speed up or when you want them to be really shocked by something, then you use short, punchy sentences. In this video, I don't know how you've been going so far, but I hope you've tried to write your own story. It would be great to read some of your profiles if you get them done. I hope you checked out Genealogy on Some, where a whole bunch of us are working on these kinds of profiles so that you can get some more ideas from other writers as well. And if you're finding that despite all of this encouragement, you're still finding it really tough to get your first story done, I have an offer for you that I think you're really going to appreciate. It's my Profile Your Ancestor course. This is a 5-week course where I take you step by step through creating your own story, so that by the end of it you'll have the best story you've ever written, or I give you your money back. Just briefly, the story, it's a 5-week process where every week you get a 1-hour audio lesson with a PowerPoint from me detailing how to go about that week's lesson. Then you have a 2-hour coaching class where I actually go through all of the stories of the students who've had stories in, so that I can show you, so that I can encourage each of you to improve the stories, and so that you can learn from other students in the class. And there's also a private Facebook page so that everybody can learn from each other. And I actually take you through to make sure that by the end of it, you have a great, after 5 weeks, you have the best story you've ever written about one of your ancestors. The value of this course, because there are 8 hours of lessons, basically 4 hours of lessons, and 8 hours of coaching calls, it works out to about $1,200 in terms of the value you're getting from this course. You're also getting their workbook every week, and a book about how to do this so that you can do it with future stories on your own. I'm not charging $1,200 though, since it's a group course. I'm charging each student $250. If this is something that interests you, check out the sales page. There's a link below. I hope you register, and if it doesn't interest you, that's okay. Please share the profiles that you've been writing about your ancestors. I'd love to read them, and I really hope that you create some amazing stories about your ancestors. Thanks.